you for joining us. I'm David Ledford. First tonight, breaking national news. President Biden announcing he will not run for re-election, facing a reckoning over his age and ability to do the job and what appeared to be long odds to beat Trump in November. With just over 3 months to go to Election Day, it's becoming a dramatic development in the course of the race. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor reports.
President Biden is officially out of the 2024 race for the White House. It follows weeks of growing pressure from Democrats after his shaky debate performance highlighted concerns over his age and mental fitness. The president shared the news on X, saying in part, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intent to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." He said he would speak to the nation later this week. In the end, he decided on what Democrats are hoping will be a graceful exit. And with just about a month before the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, he's not taking any chances on a messy party fight, endorsing his Vice President Kamala Harris to take his place as the Democratic nominee, saying she's the candidate with the best chance to beat Donald Trump in the fall. It also allows her access to Biden's $250 million war chest without going through any lengthy legal proceedings that could have held up her campaign. Democrat leaders could move as early as next week to officially make Harris the nominee through a virtual roll call before their convention, though it's not clear if there are other contenders who might object. Biden is the first incumbent president in more than 50 years not to run for re-election, bringing an end to a half-century of public service and opening the door to a new generation of leadership.
That was Fox's Rebecca Castor reporting. Maine's political parties are reacting to this decision. Maine Democratic Party Chair Bev Uhlenhake releasing a statement, reading in part, quote, "We are excited for this newfound opportunity to showcase the next generation of Democratic leadership. The goal of the Maine Democratic Party remains the same, to defeat Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and elect Democrats up and down the ballot this November." Meanwhile, Maine Republican Party Chairman Joel Stetkis releasing a statement which reads in part, "Joe Biden has been a terrible president for Maine. Mainers should remember that whoever the Democrats choose to run will have been a supporter of Biden's policies that have crushed the working class in our state." And our Governor Janet Mills taking to social media platform X to say in part, "In stepping aside, the president is putting the interests of the American people first. He is demonstrating that the office of the presidency is not about a single person, but instead is the manifestation of the hopes and dreams of millions of Americans across the country." And more reaction to President Biden's decision to end his re-election campaign is still coming in, including from locals here in Maine and tourists visiting the state. Some say they're thankful to Biden for the work he's done over the decades, while others say they are relieved he's now decided to step back from the November campaign.
I feel for Biden. He touches my heart. I know he's a good man, but I'm older than him, and I know that you don't get better as you get older. You get worse. And so I'm actually very glad that he's finally seen the light, but I feel for him.
First and foremost, I would want to thank the man for everything he's done for our country. I mean, this guy served, 40, 50 years for our country. So I would say thank you first for all your service and everything you've done to make our country great. And I honestly wish him well in retirement.
No sitting president has dropped out this close to the election. The last time a sitting president announced he would not run for re-election was Lyndon B. Johnson in March of 1968. That led to chaos at the Democratic National Convention, which included violent clashes between police and anti-Vietnam War protesters outside. USM political science professor Ron Schmidt says the timing of Biden's decision could prove risky for Democrats. He says the party's best bet is to rally around one candidate, and soon.
Presidential politics since the 2016 election has been a lot more chaotic. The sooner I think the party can coalesce behind a candidate, the stronger that campaign will be. If everybody endorses the vice president, within the next 24 hours, there will still be fights, I'm sure, over the composition of the ballot and resistance from the Republican ticket.
And turning now to other news in our state, one person has been injured and a man arrested after a shooting in Harrison early Saturday morning. Deputies from the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office and officers from the Bridgeton Police Department were reportedly called by numerous residents who reported shots fired and screaming in the area of Waterford Road and Depot Street. According to the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office, deputies found blood in the roadway, and about the same time that the Cumberland County Regional Communications Center received a call from Bridgeton Hospital reporting a walk-in gunshot victim. An investigation revealed that sometime after midnight, a group of teens were playing a game called Ding Dong Ditch, in which they ring the doorbell of a house and run away. Police say the teens knocked on the door of a home on Waterford Road and ran. The resident, later identified as 30-year-old Vincent Martin of Harrison, allegedly shot at the teens numerous times with a handgun. One of the teens was shot in the right calf. The teen suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. They are being treated at the hospital and are reportedly in stable condition. Their identity is not being released at this time. Martin was arrested and is facing multiple charges. He is being held on $10,000 cash bail at Cumberland County Jail. 8 people were injured, including 4 children, after a vehicle struck a moose in Shirley Friday night. According to the Piscataquis County Sheriff's Office, dispatch received a report of a 2-vehicle head-on collision on the Greenville Road just before 9:30 p.m. An investigation determined that a Jeep Cherokee that was driving south struck a moose, which caused the vehicle to cross the center line and collide with a Chevy Suburban that was heading north. 4 adults and 4 children with ages ranging from 5 to 9 were taken to the hospital. One of those children, a 5-year-old, was life-flighted to Eastern Maine Medical Center, where he is in serious but stable condition. And a Maine state trooper was hospitalized Saturday after police say his vehicle was struck by another vehicle during a traffic stop. A Maine State Police spokesperson says Trooper Patrick Flanagan was on a traffic stop at mile marker 32 southbound on the turnpike in Biddeford when his cruiser was rear-ended by another vehicle. According to the spokesperson, the force of the crash caused Flanagan's cruiser to spin around and strike the vehicle he had pulled over. The driver of that vehicle suffered minor injuries, and Flanagan was transported to a Portland hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the driver of the vehicle that hit the cruiser is 25-year-old Zhangying Yu of Allston, Massachusetts. She suffered minor injuries and was taken to a Biddeford hospital. She was summoned for failing to keep right. The circumstances that led up to the crash are under investigation. This crash is the 3rd reported collision involving a police cruiser this weekend. And one of the many new laws set to go into effect early next month is Maine's SHIELD law, which aims to strengthen Maine's abortion and transgender care protections. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard takes a look at what the law means for our state.
The SHIELD law is about Maine taking action to protect healthcare providers within our borders and also protect patients seeking essential healthcare.
Lisa Margulies is talking about LD 227, just one of the many laws set to go into effect early next month. One of the main takeaways from LD 227 is that it would prevent attorneys general from other states from being able to subpoena medical records from patients in Maine related to transgender and abortion care. Margulies pointed out the necessity for Maine's SHIELD law, citing a recent subpoena from the Texas Attorney General to a Washington state medical facility for a transgender patient.
We know that this is no longer an abstraction. These attacks are real and have started, and extremists opposed to this care won't stop with their attacks.
The law was the subject of fierce and visceral support and opposition, with opponents claiming the law would be a, quote, transgender trafficking bill, and would allow minor transgender children to come to Maine for health care without their parents' approval.
So much of what was discussed during the session is just plain lies. Transgender medical care is individualized, it's age appropriate, it's established medical care, and it's delivered according to professional standards of care.
Margulies adds, while they haven't seen any legal action related to the law currently, should the courts have to issue a ruling, it would be the first of its kind.
I think these SHIELD laws largely remain untested, and so it's extremely important that we continue to pass laws in Maine that make it safe to access care that we know is essential.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news, a global computer outage impacted millions of Americans on Friday. It froze many major industries, including airline travel. Officials say it originated with a software problem and was not the result of a cyber attack. Institutions here in central Maine were certainly among those impacted by that outage. Our Doug Banks has the story.
It was a simple update that rendered TechWare to stop working around the world. A defective content update by cybersecurity technology company CrowdStrike caused widespread outages for Microsoft users. The impact was felt pretty much everywhere.
Just like many other airports across the country and across the globe on Friday, Bangor International Airport also experienced issues. A flight that was scheduled to leave from Bangor to Florida had to be canceled. And one spokesperson says that more flights could be canceled or delayed, not just because of the software issue, but because of an impending storm.
Marketing and Business Development Manager Amy Thibodeau recommends people download the airport's app to get the latest information on specific flights.
Bangor City Hall staff arrived Friday morning only to discover they couldn't access programs, resulting in some residents having to be turned away from various registration and payment options. But City Hall says the IT department resolved the issue within an hour.
Our IT department was right on top of it, so big thanks to them. But again, we apologize for any inconvenience to some of those residents who may have been impacted.
Hudson University also experienced problems, but similar to City Hall, it was resolved relatively quickly.
We were very fortunate that we have very good protocols in place for incident response and maintaining a high level of business continuity.
However, there were no disruptions for the Maine state government and credit unions.
We've been in contact with the folks at the Maine Credit Union League office in Westbrook. They're monitoring the situation, but there doesn't seem to be any credit unions across the state of Maine that are affected.
Reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News, I'm Doug Banks.
In other news, the Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention is urging the public to take steps to prevent contact with bats in order to avoid possible exposure to rabies. Bats are the most active in Maine from July through early September. They play an important role in the environment, but they can also spread viruses such as rabies. Timely treatment following a rabies exposure is effective in preventing the disease in humans. A bat exposure may include bites or scratches or handling one without gloves, but you may not realize it can also include waking up with a bat in the room or finding a pet holding a bat in its mouth. If you think you have been exposed, you should safely trap the bat and call the Maine Warden Service or an animal control officer to have it tested for rabies. The CDC says if you have been bitten or scratched, you should wash the wound with soap and water for 10 to 15 minutes and call a doctor. And the Stacyville Fire Station was left in disrepair after a fire in May, but one nearby fire department has offered a helping hand. Lee Fire Rescue held a benefit dinner and raffle Saturday, with proceeds going to help the Stacyville Fire Department rebuild, as they haven't been able to finish repairs quite yet. Organizers from Lee Fire Rescue say they're happy to give back.
When you're out of fire department for an area that's so far away, even farther away than we are, it's important to try to keep them going, help them stay positive. They're there to help their communities.
If you missed the benefit dinner, Lee Fire Rescue will continue to accept donations at any time. Visit our website for donation information. And now let's turn things over to Chase Ropenack with a first look outside.
Thank you, guys. Temperatures were pretty comfortable for us today, a little bit cooler than we've seen the past few days. Bangor had a high of 77 degrees, still fairly warm for us. Going by the coast, a little bit warmer in Rockland. It's usually a little bit cooler, but they saw near 80 degrees today in Bar Harbor, 77, same as us, and some cooler temperatures up north, not too much cooler though. Millinocket at 75 and Greenville at 71. Taking a look at that future forecast, we're going to be in the clear for tonight going into tomorrow, but Tuesday is when our next weather system is going to approach, bringing some rain in the early morning hours and possibly some thunderstorms going into the afternoon. Taking a look though at your overnight planner for tonight, we are going to have some clear skies, and those are going to bring those temperatures down to those low 50s.
All right, thanks, Chase. Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. One of Belfast's biggest events of the year returned today. We'll bring you a closer look. And more celebrations this weekend in Bucksport, where hundreds pack the streets and sidewalks. We'll be right back.
Are your gutters weighed down by debris causing them to sag and overflow? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. Clogged gutters lead to costly repairs for your home, so skip the cleaning and stop the clogs with Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter, the world's best gutter, is a high-performance gutter with a lifetime no-clog guarantee. Stop the clutter, get Gutter Shutter. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
Hood milking you. It's why we do what we do, day in and day out. Making milk you can trust, with no artificial growth hormones. And we protect Hood milk with our light block bottle. We care about our milk because we know how much you care about what you give your family. So you can feel good about Hood.
Brackish River Bistro, an American restaurant sharing the Winterport Winery and Penobscot Bay Brewery building in the heart of Winterport. We have an incredible breakfast menu running until noon, brunch specials lasting until 3 p.m., happy hour on Wednesday and Thursday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Plus, we're open nightly for dinner and drinks. Take the drive to Winterport and taste what the Brackish River Bistro is all about. 279 South Main Street, Winterport. We look forward to seeing you.
The place is on fire.
Name That Tune is all news.
Free bird! That is correct!
Mondays on Fox.
It is time for the question.
Are you one of 50% of Americans who can answer this question correctly?
Let's look at the answer. 7.
It's not about what you know.
What happened?
I got the wrong answer.
It's about how you think.
Do not feel ashamed. You're as stupid as I am.
The 1% Club. All new Mondays on Fox.
Welcome back. More now in local news. Crews in Bucksport have been hard at work shoring up the city's waterfront walkway after it was damaged in winter storms. The mile-long trail by the eastern channel was in disrepair. Construction and public works personnel worked together on a temporary restoration project to open the walkway back up for all to enjoy. Bucksport's Community and Economic Development Director says repairs of this scale could have taken upwards of a month, but crews managed to finish the project within a matter of days.
Storms from this past winter created havoc on the walkway and pretty much the full distance, but this end bared the brunt of the damage, and it really eroded away our coastline. So we started this project last Thursday and finished up Wednesday morning.
Bucksport hopes to obtain funding for permanent repairs that will help to weatherproof the area. And also in Bucksport, hundreds packed the streets and sidewalks of the town Saturday for sunny skies, live music, and more at the annual Bay Festival. Our Callie Warren takes us there.
The Hawaiian-themed parade was one of many attractions at the Bucksport Bay Festival, where crowds experienced everything from live local music to crafts for sale. Bucksport residents say they love sharing the seaside town with festival goers.
I'm excited because more and more people are coming to Bucksport. Every year it's an amazing time for the family. It's right on the waterfront, so that means that there's not a lot of heat, so there's a lot of wind coming from the water. So.
Well, you see, this is a great little town. It's centrally located. It's the heart of Maine, hidden gem. It doesn't have to be a festival to come enjoy this little town.
Area crafters, small businesses, and organizations packed in by the waterfront to share their creations.
It means a lot. With us being so local, it means a great deal to be able to showcase my product to people local, to show off what I've been doing, and my farm. Have the beautiful view here. It's been a terrific day for selling soap.
Organizers say it's heartwarming to see so many people admiring the beauty of Bucksport.
The people coming by have been steady. We have a ton of vendors. We've got fireworks this evening. It's just a great day. I love seeing a lot of faces that I don't normally see. We have this beautiful waterfront that we've put a lot of time and effort into. We have a great staff here that works for the town that puts this event together. It really means a lot, certainly to the entire town.
In Bucksport, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And more celebrations this weekend. One of Belfast's biggest events of the year returned to the city's waterfront. Our Grace Blanchard takes us to the main Celtic celebration.
A celebration of music, culture, and community. That's what you'll find each year at the main Celtic celebration.
Actually, the biggest summer event here in Belfast.
For the past 18 years, a group of volunteers has been putting on a festival along the Belfast waterfront that captures the rich heritage of the Celtic nations.
We do it to celebrate the Scots-Irish heritage of the immigrants to this land.
Many in the community say they have their own ties to Celtic roots.
We just love being invited back every year and just kind of immersing ourselves into the heritage, because a lot of us have Scottish and Celtic heritage here in the Maritimes and in the Mid-Coast.
For many, it was their first time experiencing the festival, but others have made it a tradition.
Finally made it to the festival after years of having scheduling conflicts or something else, so we decided that this was the weekend to do it.
We've been here 4 or 5 times, so we kind of plan on it for the summers coming down here.
All the money raised will go directly to the main Celtic Celebration nonprofit. Organizers hope to continue sharing these traditions with the community for many years.
It's a way to get the community together and to do it in a way that really encourages anybody to come.
In Belfast, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Looks like a fun time. In other news, a University of Maine graduate student is documenting her once-in-a-lifetime research voyage through Chilean waters, and you can see it for yourself until the end of the summer. University of Maine PhD candidate Morena Miles spent roughly a month sailing around the southern end of South America and hiking through parts of Chile not usually visited by humans. Miles and a handful of other researchers set off on the voyage to collect data on the world's most recent ice age. She says the information found on this expedition could help them to predict future climate change.
That whole area was covered in an ice sheet, a lot like Maine. And as the ice age ended, it all retreated back through there. So we can date boulders and collect radiocarbon samples, and all of that data can be compiled to help us project into the future what climate change may be like.
Miles documented her journey and the work being done by researchers through a series of photographs, now on display at UMaine's Hudson Museum. To experience the adventure through her eyes, stop by the museum Monday through Friday until the start of the fall semester. And also at the University of Maine, they're working on a multi-million-dollar project that could be used to expand the reach of local food and beverage companies. The university plans to spend $5 million on a food innovation lab focused on the processing and preservation of food and beverages. Local businesses and entrepreneurs will be able to partner with the university to use the facility as well as receiving insight and assistance from students, faculty, and staff.
We have students here and learners that want real-world experience, and this is a great way where they never actually have to leave campus to interact with an entrepreneur, an established business that just wants to pilot a new product but doesn't want to invest in a new processing facility. So we can provide that facility and also that education and expertise.
The project is still in the early stages of drafting and development, but Associate Dean of the Cooperative Extension Jason Bolton says the goal is to have the facility open by the end of 2025. And when we return from break, a new threat emerged in Texas following the hit from Beryl earlier this month. And the trial of detained American journalist comes to a close in Russia. We'll be right back.
Protect your vehicle from rusting away with Bell's Automotive Protection. We are the leader in mobile undercoating and rust proofing in Maine. We'll travel right to your driveway using the best and safest products on the market. This is much safer than rubberized coatings that can cause damage later on. We spray all types of vehicles, including commercial fleets. We all know vehicles aren't cheap anymore. Don't let the harsh winter chemicals eat them away. Call us or visit our page for a free quote. 207-659-3805.
Welcome to the Orono Arcade, your local, affordable destination. We want to provide you with the best experience we can without costing a small fortune. Our ever-popular 9-hole blacklight mini golf course is a huge attraction. Plus, we have the best arcade video games to choose from, including both modern and retro games. The Orono Arcade is an ideal birthday party destination. You bring the cake, we'll provide the entertainment. Call us today to schedule your birthday party event.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
Hey Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes from Chase's Family Restaurant and Hideaway Lounge or from Chick-fil-A. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Blind Faith Tattoo, Bangor, K&M Auto, Holden, Old Town Redemption Center, and Twin City Tile Brewer.
If you've been injured, call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Turning now to national news, following the shooting at a Trump rally in Pennsylvania last week, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle is set to testify before the House Oversight Committee on Monday. Fox News senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram reports from Capitol Hill.
The marquee hearing comes Monday before the House Oversight Committee with Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle. Lawmakers are raging at Cheadle over a lack of transparency.
We had just gotten off an hour-long conference call with the Secret Service where they told us nothing. They basically spent an hour saying nothing.
4 Senate Republicans even dogged Cheadle through the hallways of the Republican convention in Milwaukee.
I'm going to tell you the answer to us. The answer to us. This is exactly what you were doing today.
This was an assassination attempt. You owe the people answers. You owe President Trump answers.
Lawmakers were already livid with the Secret Service for the catastrophic security breach at the rally in Pennsylvania, but Cheadle ducking senators infuriated them even more.
She says it's not appropriate to talk about it here. We need to go someplace else. We walk out the door and she runs and we chased her. And the irritation with the lack of transparency.
Little is known about the gunman Thomas Crooks, and lawmakers find the lack of detail even more vexing.
The savviness of this young man is what's very startling and I think is a red flag. And I think that we need to get to the bottom of perhaps was he not being groomed or empowered by some other entity?
Congress isn't running the only investigation into the security breakdown. The Department of Homeland Security is conducting 2 probes, and the FBI. Local Butler, Pennsylvania officials and the head of the state police are slated to testify on Tuesday and expect questions about the shooting for FBI Director Christopher Wray at another hearing on Wednesday. On Capitol Hill, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
The trial of detained American journalist Evan Gershkovich comes to a close in Russia, with the Wall Street Journal reporter getting 16 years behind bars. Fox's Nate Voy has the latest details.
A Russian court handed down a lengthy prison sentence for detained American journalist Evan Gershkovich. The court found the Wall Street Journal reporter guilty of espionage charges in a trial the U.S. government called a sham, while Russian authorities severely limited media access during the trial.
The charges of espionage have been used as a pretext to detain Mr. Gershkovich. There is discrimination behind the decision to deprive him of his liberty.
Russian authorities arrested the 32-year-old Gershkovich in the city of Yekaterinburg in March of last year. Prosecutors say he acted as a spy for the CIA, while the U.S. State Department contends he's wrongfully detained. And while the trial proceeded largely in secret, outside the courthouse, diplomats from the U.S., the U.K., and other allies all gathered to show their support.
The objective is to show the UK's solidarity with Evan Gershkovich and our staunch support for freedom of the press.
It's not clear exactly what happens next. Gershkovich will begin serving his sentence immediately, but the conclusion of the criminal proceeding now opens the door for a possible prisoner swap, and the administration says it's reviewing its options.
This whole legal process is a sham for Evan. He is being wrongfully detained. He did nothing wrong. We have been clear about that from the onset.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov confirmed this week that Russian and American intelligence agencies are having discussions about a possible prisoner swap involving Gershkovich. In London, Nate Foy, Fox News.
In a statement, President Biden wrote that Gershkovich was, quote, targeted by the Russian government because he is a journalist and an American. We are pushing hard for Evan's release and will continue to do so. In other news, in the weeks since Hurricane Beryl unleashed devastating rain and flooding on southeast Texas, a new threat emerged as Texans struggled in triple-digit temperatures with no power and no air conditioning. Fox News correspondent Madison Scarpino has more.
When Hurricane Beryl hit Texas earlier this month, there were a number of initial fatalities caused by floodwaters and falling trees. In the weeks that followed, a new kind of threat emerged as prolonged power outages left Texans unable to get relief from the brutal heat. As temperatures soared in their home, Janet Jarrett did everything she could to keep her sister Pamela cool.
My thermostat said 97, 98. So I would open the windows trying to get breeze to go through as much as I could.
But on their third morning without power, Janet awoke to find Pamela gasping for breath. She died just 4 days later.
She was 64 years old, and she just had a birthday not too long in April. The problem was not having electricity. You know, we didn't have any air.
At the height of the outages, nearly 3 million homes and businesses were without power. The lights have since been turned back on for most, but the slow pace of the recovery put thousands at risk and put the power company, CenterPoint Energy, under a microscope over whether it did enough to prepare.
If they had cut back some of these trees from the lines, it wouldn't cause as much damage. And they've been telling them for years to do these things. And they haven't done it.
Half of the deaths attributed to Beryl in Harris County have been heat-related, and the total number is still likely to climb even further. In New York, Madison Scarpino, Fox News.
And on the other side of the break, we'll have more in national news. Hear about the top-of-the-line technology being used to help fight forest fires in parts of our country. Stay with us.
It's the musical game with the bestest prize. Beat Shazam, all new Tuesdays on Fox.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, makes driving a new car affordable. Right now, lease a brand new Kia Forte for just $199 a month. You get 41 miles per gallon highway and tons of technology. Or lease a brand new all-wheel drive Kia Seltos for just $259 a month. Or buy brand new Kia Sportage for under $30,000. And best of all, every new Kia at Van Sickle comes with Kia's 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business, making driving affordable at Van Sickle Kia.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Are you experiencing foot pain? Comfort Shoes & More has a team of experts trained in pet orthotics to help you find relief. They offer tailored fittings, shoe modifications, customized orthotics, and much more for the ordinary or for the hard-to-fit foot, with fashionable and functional footwear from today's top brands: Hoka, Brooks, Keen, Teva, Taos, Ufus, and Birkenstocks. From running to walking, casual or dress, they have it all. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
Going in and helping people, that doesn't feel like a job.
If you have a caring heart, you want to make a difference, this is what you do.
It gives you the chance to be in a setting that's professional, that's meaningful, that's purposeful.
I was a waitress for a long time, and now I don't think I'd go back.
This doesn't even have to be a 9 to 5.
That satisfaction from doing the work is the most rewarding part of the job for me.
At China Walk on Broadway in Bangor, we're serving up your Chinese favorites. Our food is delicious, our staff is friendly, and our service is fast. Open Tuesday through Sunday, call ahead, order online, or just stop by. Enjoy our indoor dining for the full experience, or get takeout that the whole family will enjoy. We'll make sure your cravings are satisfied. China Walk on Broadway in Bangor, where tradition meets flavor.
Welcome back. A number of threats to pollinators are taking a toll on crops nationwide. A new report found the population of insect pollinators is dropping in the U.S., which is causing a decline in crops. The plants use pollen to produce a fruit or seed, but many pollinators are being threatened, due in part to pesticides, climate change, invasive plants, and diminished habitats. Recent studies have shown a dramatic decline in bees, which are the primary pollinators for a lot of plants, but flies, wasps, beetles, and butterflies also play an important role. In other news, the state of Colorado is high-tech when it comes to fighting wildfires from the air. Fox's Nicole Fierro reports.
Yeah, we're getting a unique opportunity to see the state's MMA program. No, we're not talking about fighting. We're talking about the MMA here, which is the Multi-Mission Aircraft Program. This allows them to use these cameras that have special infrared technology. They can see through smoke, extreme colors, to help map out and detect fires in real time.
This is Wildland 27, June 28th over the Oak Ridge fire.
A team that flies under the radar in recognition.
Got a few spots up on this ridge.
This is footage from our state's air intelligence, Colorado's multi-mission aircraft program.
It's been pushing some small spots out at the head of the fire.
We've borrowed this idea from the military, brought it over to the civilian side, and used it for fire detection.
Spotting fires using lightning coordinates from 24 to 48 hours before one part of the mission.
It picks up heats that are, no bigger than a dinner plate. We can see those from 10,000 feet, no problem. And so we're able to take images, get location data on those starts, and relay that information to either firefighters or the appropriate dispatch center so that they can then allocate resources.
Then,
it is roughly 165 acres now.
Her fire's already burning.
With our infrared sensor, we're able to look through smoke and really pinpoint the location of the fire and map it out exactly where it is, which is really valuable intel.
Jeff Rasmussen, the state's MMA unit chief and program managers,
focus it.
Seeing the value of his team from the sky after 15 years with the Forest Service.
I can tell you from being on the ground on a lot of fires in my career that you're only seeing what's right in front of you, right? And so we're able to kind of build that picture out for those folks on the ground, and that creates a more effective firefighting force and a safer environment for those guys to work in.
Part of the reason.
It's really caught on and demand has skyrocketed.
Going statewide.
From request to when we're wheels up is about 30 minutes, and then we're able to get anywhere in the state in about an hour.
Providing intel in real time to protect Colorado's lands, property, and people.
That's our whole mission, is to find them small and keep them small.
In addition to the fire detection and mapping, they can also assist with search and rescue, with finding wildlife here, even some avalanche help, a lot of different ways to use the multi-mission aircraft.
All right, don't go anywhere. Chase Ropenaxon next with our full 5-day forecast.
All right, lots of sunshine for today, but once we get into the next few days, we do have another weather system approaching, bringing lots of rain across the state of Maine. I'll have that weather forecast with that rain coming right up.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
This will be the best summer ever.
It's Toyota's Best for Less sales event. College students and recent grads could get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Hood milking you. It's why we do what we do. Day in and day out. Making milk you can trust, with no artificial growth hormones. And we protect Hood milk with our light block bottle. We care about our milk because we know how much you care about what you give your family. So you can feel good about Hood.
This fall, TV's #1 new game show is back.
Who will conquer the floor?
More players, more money, more duels.
Oh, shoot.
The Floor premieres September 25th on Fox.
The Quiz with Balls, all new Tuesdays at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
Thank you. Today was a much more comfortable day. We've been seeing lots of temperatures in the 80s, but today we were in those mid to upper 70s. Bangor at 77 degrees, Bar Harbor the same as them. A little bit warmer in Rockland. Usually they're a little bit cooler, but they were near 80 degrees today. We did have some cooler temperatures north of us. Greenville got close to those 60s. They hit 71 for their high for today. As we go into those early morning hours, looks like Bangor will be right around 53 degrees. We have clear skies and calm winds tonight, so that's going to make things a little bit cooler. And we can see much of the areas around us are going to be around those mid 50s as well. So a cool night is ahead. But as we go into tomorrow, later in the afternoon, things are going to warm up. We'll see around 2 o'clock. We'll be back into those low 80s, and then a little bit cooler by the coast by Deer Isle, 73 degrees. Much of the areas in the upper 70s as well. But Bangor will be hitting right around 81 degrees for their high tomorrow. Taking a look at for tomorrow's UV forecast with lots of sunshine still there. Burn time is going to be less than 30 minutes, so make sure you have your hat, sunglasses, and sunscreen with you, and find some shady areas while you're hanging around outdoors. Take a look at the temperature trend. Looks like things are going to be pretty hot going into Monday with a high of 83, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do have rain in the forecast. That's going to cool things off slightly in those mid 70s to also into the upper 70s. But once we get back into the weekend, temperatures are going to rebound nicely, getting into those low 80s on Friday and then into the mid 80s by Saturday and Sunday. Taking a look at the muggy meter right now, the humidity is really nice. It's pretty comfortable. Dew points are low, but once we get into the rest of the week, those dew points are going to rise, making things a little bit muggy out there as those rain system moves in. But once we get into the weekend, things should start to come back down as we have a lot more high pressure and sunshine making their way in. All right, so it looks like we have some clouds north of us. That did bring some sprinkles into the northern part of the state last night into early morning, but now we are in the clear throughout most of the day, and that's going to be like that going into tomorrow as well. But looks like chances for rain are going to go way up once we get into Tuesday early morning as another system starts to approach. So taking a look at that future forecast, we can see right now, going into Monday, we will be in the clear. A good day to go outside, but once we get closer to Tuesday early morning, that's when a lot of rain is going to start to make its way in. And once we get close to the afternoon, thunderstorms will develop across the state. That includes Bangor as well. So please, please, please be on the lookout for those storms going into Tuesday. Take a look at wind speeds right now. Not too bad. Looks like most of the areas are in the 5 to 10 mile per hour range with some breezy winds off to the west. Going into tonight's forecast, we'll have a low of 53 degrees. It's going to be mostly clear tonight with calm winds as well. That's going to keep those lows pretty cool for tonight. But going into tomorrow, we'll rebound nicely, high of 83 with lots of sunshine and winds from the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Taking a look at your extended forecast, tomorrow's going to be another nice sunny day, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, thunderstorms do roll in, bringing those highs to the mid to upper 70s, and we'll rebound nicely with sunshine and temperatures back in the 80s on Friday.
All right, thanks, Chase. Stick around. Sports is coming up next.
We have 10 acres up here.
So we said we should build something.
We've been doing a whole array of things between the road repair, digging up stumps from old trees.
He's out there doing all of these projects without the proper equipment.
My goal every day that I wake up is to try and leave the world a nicer place than I found it, one customer at a time.
For me to be able to help them succeed is important.
Together, we're united. Your local John Deere dealer.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. You check the expiration dates.
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Introducing Tailwaggers Mobile Pet Grooming. We bring the salon to your doorstep. With Tailwaggers, your furry friend receives top-notch care and attention from baths, haircuts, and nail trimming. We do it all. Say goodbye to stressful trips to the groomer. Tailwaggers makes grooming a breeze. Tailwaggers Mobile Pet Grooming, where convenience meets quality. Book your appointment today because your pet deserves the best.
Don't miss a single note of the $1 Million Music Game Show.
You think you could be a little more excited?
I'm so excited! Don't forget the lyrics, Thursday on Fox.
All right, welcome back in, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. Starting off, the annual Lobster Bowl. It pits the state's top high school football players from East and West as they raise money for charity. The 34th annual game kicked off Saturday at Lewiston High School, benefiting Shriners Children's Hospitals. All right, we'll head to the second quarter right before the half. Levitt quarterback Noah Carpenter surprises the defense and gives it to teammate Will Keach for the score. In the second half, Carpenter stumbles out of pressure, takes to the sideline with a couple blockers, and races to the end zone. He would take away the West Most Valuable Player award after losing last year's game. West wins 49-18. Players and cheerleaders say it's an honor to compete against the best in our state and, even more special, building friendships.
You know, football is one of those sports where one guy can't do everything. Just being a part of a great group of guys and building friendships that will last forever, it's just probably one of the best things you can get out of playing high school football.
It's more than friends, it's family. You spend every day with them, you confide in them, and you depend on them. It means a lot.
This year, more than $200,000 were raised for Shriners Children's Hospitals. All right, moving on to the baseball diamond now. The Maine Little League Baseball Tournament kicked off Saturday, and the Bangor All-Stars did lose to Augusta in their first game. But our Tyler Cruz caught up with the team this week about their run through districts ahead of what they hope to be another successful state's trip. Take a look.
It's been great. Playing with the team, having fun, just being a kid.
For the third straight summer, the Bangor Little League 12-year-old All-Stars are heading to the state championship.
I don't know how to say. It's just an amazing feeling to win the districts and make it to states, bring out your banner and all that. It's amazing.
Bangor went 4-0 in the District 3 tournament, and now they're ready for the challenge that states brings.
States kids are going to be a lot better. It'll be harder pitching. We'll just have to hit well and not make errors.
We just got to play at a higher standard, and we just got to keep doing what we do.
Not too long ago, this team encapsulated the attention of all of Maine, making a run at the Little League New England regional title. That summer, these kids were 10-year-old All-Stars, winning the district crown then and making it all the way to the state championship game.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to get our revenge on Portland. It'll be fun.
And this year, the guys are all confident they have more than just a championship appearance in the tank.
2 years ago when we made it to the state championship, I think that we're going to do even better. We can hit the ball a lot better, we throw a lot harder, we make plays, we can do quite a lot.
Now playing with each other for several summers and across several sports, these kids have all developed a bond, and that togetherness has really showed up on the field.
Teamwork, just sticking together. When we're loose, we play our best, but when we're tight, we play not our best.
It just helps we're all playing together and then we just feel good.
It makes the game a lot easier because usually it's stressful, but having fun out there with your friends and being able to compete makes it a lot easier and more fun.
And for the last month or so, it's been all baseball. They wouldn't trade this summer for a thing, and it would be everything to keep the ride alive.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Yeah, it'd just be super fun to be with our friends.
So when you look back on the summer and really all you did for a couple months is play baseball, it's gonna be a fun time?
Yeah, that's what it's been like for the last 2 years, and I like it that way.
All right, thanks to Tyler for highlighting that team. Best of luck to them. That is all the time we have for sports. There's more to come, though, after the break.
Meet Stacy at Sheer Haven in Bangor. Whether you're looking for a total transformation, want to try the newest trend, or just need an expert opinion on hairstyle, Stacy is up for the task. For 15 years with a passion for custom cuts and colors, Stacy makes getting your hair done the perfect experience from start to finish.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
there's no reason to be overwhelmed. No. We can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
I was hurt in a bad motorcycle accident. I tried to handle it on my own, but I could tell quickly I was in way over my head. The other driver's insurance company was very difficult to work with. That's why I decided to call Joe. Smartest move I ever made. I went from being completely overwhelmed with doctor's appointments and medical bills to feeling normal again. Joe Bornstein's office took care of everything. I was completely satisfied with the outcome, and I wish I'd called sooner.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Hank's Husqvarna is your trusted full-line Husqvarna dealer, offering you everything you need for your outdoor projects. From high-performance lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, battery-powered and powerful snowblowers, we have just what you need. Every piece of equipment is fully set up, serviced, and ready for use by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or new equipment sales, make your way to Hank's Husqvarna in Carmel or Newport.
Meet Stacy at Sheer Haven in Bangor. Whether you're looking for a total transformation, want to try the newest trend, or just need an expert opinion on hairstyle, Stacy is up for the task. For 15 years with a passion for custom cuts and colors, Stacy makes getting your hair done the perfect experience from start to finish.
Back in, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. Earlier today, a 94-year-old Eddington woman received a special honor from her community. Friends and family of Alice Lou Higgins gathered to award her the Eddington Boston Post cane. According to members of the Eddington Historical Society, the cane has been passed on to the town's oldest citizen since the early 1900s. Higgins was presented a replica as the original cane is preserved at the town office. Members of the Historical Society and family of Lou Higgins say there is no better recipient.
She's lived in the town for years and been a focal person in a lot of organizations.
Makes me proud. She's been very involved in the town. The whole time she's been here, she lived here for 70 years. And it's nice. She knows everybody. She's happy to see these people she hasn't seen in a while. And a lot of family she doesn't see very often.
The last time the cane was presented to a citizen was in 2018, and now Higgins will carry that honor until it is time to pass it along. The Eddington Historical Society also has an upcoming fundraising event this Thursday. Details can be found on our website. And crowds gathered at the Cross Insurance Center Saturday to see a car show for a cause. The Wheels for Warriors event was held by Home Roofing Solutions, and proceeds went to benefit the Merino Project, an organization that supports Maine veterans through advocacy, financial support, service dogs, and more. Jody Braslett, who co-founded both the roofing company and the Merino Project, says it's an honor to help support Maine military heroes. This was the event's first run, but organizers say they hope Wheels for Warriors can become a new tradition. To learn more and to donate to the Merino Project, visit our website at foxbangor.com. And all you fishing enthusiasts will be interested in this story. A local charter fisherman out of Belfast got a big surprise on a recent trip, reeling in a huge catch. Check out this tuna. The lucky fisherman who snagged him is Sam Cassida. He had 2 charter clients on his boat for a little striper fishing. He says they'd been out there a couple hours when he got word that there were tuna in the area. He says the tuna were actually breaking around his boat when he reached the area where they'd been spotted. Cassida got his tuna gear ready to go and says within minutes he'd hooked a big one. But that was just the beginning.
It was rough. The water was rough, so I couldn't really leave the helm much. So we chased that fish for approximately about 5 miles. It was a 2-hour fight in reverse. So yeah, there were some hairy moments. We broke 2 rod holders out of the boat because this was my dad's boat. You know, so this boat is 52 years old. So it has special meaning to me too. And to catch a big fish like that out of this, I think there were a lot of dads smiling.
Cassida says this is definitely the biggest fish he's ever landed. It's about 90 inches long, so half the length of his boat. He says he brought the fish home, processed it, vacuum sealed it, and froze it. That is definitely quite the catch. Congratulations to him. Very cool. That's all for tonight on Fox 22. Join us again tomorrow for the latest in local news. Good night.
What's up, guys? What I'm about to show you is going to change the way you shave your head forever.
You can shave your head in 90 seconds or less,
with no cuts or nicks.
Introducing Remington's new and improved Balder Boss. With increased flex and 5 dual-track floating head design, get over 60% more head coverage for a faster, closer shave and skin-close results. And only through this exclusive TV offer, now you can try it in your home for 30 days for just $14.99. Balder Boss is the fast, easy, safe way to shave your head. wet or dry, in 90 seconds or less, without nicks or cuts.
No nicks, no scrapes, fit in the palm of my hand, and the results were amazing.
The 360-degree pivoting neck contours closely around your head curves for maximum contact, anytime, anywhere, in 90 seconds or less. With exclusive wet tech technology, shave in the shower, or with any foam or gel. Japanese-grade steel blades and turbo power plow through the thickest of hair, yet gentle enough it won't irritate skin. With pure lithium power that lasts up to an incredible 60 minutes. That's like one full month of use without a recharge. Then easily rinses clean. There's even a pop-up trimmer to complete your perfect groom. Now you can try the Remington Balder Boss in your home for 30 days for just $14.99. But wait, order now and we'll ship it to you absolutely free. You can also get our ear, nose, and brow trimmer for the ultimate groom. Free. Just pay separate processing and handling. Every Balder Boss comes with a 5-year limited warranty where durability is guaranteed, plus a 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you don't absolutely love it, send it back, but keep the trimmer as our gift just for trying.
I got a clean, nice, smooth shave in under 90 seconds. No nicks, no cuts.
So order now.
What I'm doing, getting right to it. Money is talking, I'm flowing, it's coming in just how I do.
Major League Baseball, all season long, on Fox.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.